Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, July 27th at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 687 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. 4-year-old dies after shooting himself in head with gun he found in couch, NC cops say. Department of Justice says Trump officials can testify in January 6 investigations. Break the ice with these 13 Disco Cubes approved buckets. What do all of your favorite summer beverages have in common? Placemats make every day a party. Top Republicans turn January 6 blame on Pelosi head of first riot committee hearing. Justice Department says former Trump officials can testify in January 6 committee investigations, report. Biden's pandemic honeymoon is over. Mitch McConnell tried to pin slowing vaccine rates on Biden, despite conservatives leading efforts that eroded trust. Small climate changes can have devastating local consequences. It happened in the Little Ice Age. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Live updates, spa shooting suspect speaks in court, pleads guilty to Cherokee slayings, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Distraught Simone Biles pulls out of Olympics team final, I was still struggling with some things, USA Today. CNN, MSNBC primetime shows ignore breaking news of XN, Barbara Boxer being attacked, robbed in California, Fox News. De Blasio proclaims voluntary phase is over on COVID-19 vaccines, New York Post. CDC to recommend some vaccinated people wear masks indoors again, the New York Times. Capitol riot probe must uncover everything that happened at Trump White House on January 6, Cheney says, CNBC. Apple wins patent for in-screen Touch ID and Face ID 925 Mac. Nothing officially reveals its $99 ear, one, true wireless earbuds, The Verge. Jeopardy contestant hits new record for lowest score ever as LeVar Burton makes his debut, Entertainment Weekly News. Japan blanks United States 2-0 to win gold in softball at Tokyo Olympics, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trumper who wore back the blue shirt to rally arrested for assaulting officers on January 6. Shark sprints towards swimmer and it looks like curtains. Georgia man pleads guilty to 4 counts of murder in Asian spa killings. Kanye West is living in a stadium in Atlanta while finishing his new album. Sarah Ferguson claims she was snubbed by The Crown after making offer to Netflix. I thought I was really bad at recognizing people, then I discovered I'm face blind. The world is gutted by Simone Biles' withdrawal from team competition. Video highlighting Tom Brady's throwing accuracy deemed fake, but it's fun. Simone Biles pulls out of gymnastics team final, citing mental health concerns. California restaurant demands customers prove they're unvaccinated. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man allegedly lied on application for COVID relief. Firearms buyback in Syracuse sets record. Expert, arrests unlikely for dead firefighter. Family speaks out after 19 YO killed. Woman charged after shooting homeless woman. COVID surge hits OK more rapidly than a year ago. 9-year-old launches nonprofit to raise cancer awareness. Youth football team surprised with new uniforms. Billy Graham's grandson hospitalized COVID. Teen killed had survived 9 heart surgeries prior. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. We're kidding ourselves that workers perform well from home. As virus cases rise, another contagion spreads among the vaccinated. Anger. Matt Damon's disappearing acts. What we learned from Mina Souvari's book on the dark part of her life. After COVID diagnosis, a conservative radio host sends a new message. Jill Biden, changing the fashion game at the Olympics. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Chuck Norris awards 83-year-old grandmother karate black belt, hugged me so hard. K-12 schools should implement universal masking to protect younger kids, expert says. The SEC's master negotiating stroke that paved the way for Texas and Oklahoma. Simone Biles being able to land botched vault attempt is incredible, Lori Hernandez says. Salazar gets lifetime ban for sexual, emotional misconduct. Heather Locklear to star in upcoming Meghan McCain-produced Lifetime movie chronicling Christine Carlson's life. Neff leads Swiss sweep of medals in women's mountain biking. Lawmakers share condolences on late Senator Mike Enzi after tragic bike accident. Funk wins gold as Fox doomed by early and late mistakes. Rep Banks says Pelosi must answer questions about intelligence reports prior to January 6. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, July 27th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. We love you, athletes. Fans offer support to Simone Biles after she withdrew from Olympics gymnastics team final. Fourth stimulus check. Will there be additional relief payments? Major League Rugby Championship featuring Rugby ATL against Al Adil Tennis on CBS Sunday, August 1st. Olympics 2021, USWNT vs Australia, 5 things fans should know. Roswell, New Mexico stars Janine Mason and Nathan Dean prepare for Season 3 on the CW. This season is wild. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Tokyo Olympics, Simone Biles is pulled out of gymnastics team finals after shock error on vault. London's 2M Marble Arch Mound is mocked for looking like a slag heap that costs 6p a step. RAF Sergeant surprise his children after spending 4 months abroad in a heartwarming video. WWE star Carmella's bra bursts open mid-match but she keeps fighting and doesn't flash a single fan. GP who ran unlicensed clinic giving sex change hormones to children appears at tribunal. Moment New York man, 57, is badly burned after being engulfed by huge fireball on Queens sidewalk. Boris Johnson comes out of isolation to launch beating crime plan, which is met with criticism. Mental health issues double patients' risk of death from COVID-19. Elon Musk blasts Apple twice during Tesla earnings for its use of cobalt and how it does business. Dieter Brummer death, home and away hunk was irreplaceable as childhood best friend returns home. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. China may be having a harder time with Biden than with Trump. UN says its food aid runs out this week in Ethiopia's Tigray. COVID-19 global updates. US warns against travel to Israel, Portugal and Spain as Delta fuels outbreaks. Huge hailstones force shut Italian highway in extreme storm. Blinken's India visit puts human rights, China on table. 4 South African ports working to reopen after cyber attack. Residents mourn drowned subway riders in central China. Explosion at chemical park shakes German city, kills 1. Europeans increasingly frustrated as White House maintains Trump-era COVID travel restrictions. Liberate Hong Kong, time's up for that slogan, court rules in first security law trial. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News, Russia to test mixing AstraZeneca and Sputnik V vaccines, Tokyo hits record daily cases. This is how I'm going to die, officers recount Capitol attack ordeal, live. Red Bull request review into Hamilton penalty after Verstappen crash. Jeff Bezos offers NASA $2 billion in exchange for moon mission contract. Atlanta spa shootings, suspect pleads guilty to 4 counts of murder. Hundreds of children abused while in care of Lambeth Council, inquiry finds. Simone Biles exits women's Olympic team gymnastics final over mental health concern. Costas, beloved local monk seal, found slain in waters near Alonis's, Greece. Jubilant Japan retain Olympic softball title as USA settle for silver. U.S. women's basketball team beat Nigeria for 50th straight Olympic win. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Simone Biles withdraws from gymnastics team competition early, U.S. comes in second. January 6 Committee Live updates, police officers recount brutal attack at first hearing. Many Republicans uneasy about party's future, poll. Alleged Epstein victim Sarah Ransom has memoir out in fall. Deadly explosion at German chemical site declared extreme threat. XN, Mike Enzi of Wyoming dies after bicycle accident. Georgia man pleading guilty to 4 of 8 Asian spa killings. U.S. advances to quarterfinals after 0-0 draw with Australia. Watch, octopus scares off stingray camouflaged in the sand. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Leverkusen blast, German chemical plant explosion leaves 1 dead. Biles says mental health concerns led to pullout. Dababy's HIV and gay comments perpetuate discrimination. Dad builds robotic exoskeleton to help son walk. Man in contraption washes up in Florida after trying to run on water. Activision staff condemn firm's response to harassment claims. Vatican's Cardinal Becciu on trial in $412 fraud case. Britney Spears officially requests new conservator to replace her father. Wright wins first ever Olympic surfing medal. Hong Kong, first person charged under national security law found guilty. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. CDC to recommend vaccinated people wear masks indoors as number of cases rise, latest COVID-19 updates. 60 years of activism, from the Freedom Rides to BLM, generations discuss work, parallels. Dad Damon thought of own kids for Stillwater. Hundreds of communities declared racism a public health crisis, what happened since? More wind, higher temps could worsen California's largest wildfire, East Coast sees more smoky skies. A giant Space Jam mural was vandalized in LeBron James' hometown. Southwest monsoon rain bringing drought relief, but also dangerous flooding. Showbiz Minute, Spears, West, Days of Our Lives. Kanye West living in stadium to complete album. AP Top Stories July 27. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Larry Elder leads GOP field in race to replace Newsom in recall, poll finds. Disgraced attorney returns to Sioux City over restrictions on RV parking. Well past time, LA politicians want COVID-19 vaccine mandate for city workers. As Dixie Fire doubles in size, monsoon weather brings new threats. LA's church architecture goes way beyond your school mission project. Likely California voters now almost evenly split on Newsom recall, poll finds. Satellite images of wildfires are saving lives. The Pentagon might let the program expire. After feds drop charges against Chinese scholars, new concerns about racial profiling. FBI breached rights of Beverly Hills safe deposit box holders, judge rules. Shocking and so unsuspected, Barbara Boxer assaulted, robbed of cell phone in Oakland. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 27, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Climate change will drive rise in record-shattering heat extremes. Record-shattering extremes, which break weather records by large margins, will become more likely as a result of climate change, a new study finds. Landmark Vatican fraud trial begins as Cardinal faces charges over London property deal. Failure to help poor countries fight COVID could cost global economy $4.5 trillion. International Monetary Fund, IMF. Tokyo reports record virus cases days after Olympics begin. Africa wants to produce a coronavirus vaccine, and Big Pharma's not happy. Human Rights Watch, Israeli war crimes apparent in Gaza war. 16 injured, 5 missing in explosion at German chemical hub. Public masturbator avoids jail, sex offender status after assaulting women at music festivals, on tram. Explosion at German chemical complex declared extreme threat. Greater Sydney lockdown to be extended by 4 weeks as COVID cases continue to rise. Oil firm confirmed request to fund coup in Madagascar. Dead turtles and waves of plastic show Sri Lankan ship disasters deep ramifications. Air traffic controller who diverted Vilnius-bound plane to Minsk allegedly missing. World hunger worsened by climate change, conflict, UN chief. Large explosion at facility in Leverkusen, Germany. The next headlines are from Forbes. Cheney disparages GOP colleagues ahead of first January 6 panel hearing. What is the true value of hurricane? Worried about high prices? Blame public policies that stifle innovation. New Ghostbuster, Afterlife trailer sells a deeply nostalgic legacy sequel. Ryan Kinder has room to dream after leaving major label deal. iHeartMedia and Sports Illustrated Studios announce multi-year, audio content deal, launching slate of original podcasts. Employment for adults with severe disabilities. Will the Detroit Pistons take someone other than Cade Cunningham with the number 1 pick in the NBA draft? CDC reportedly reaching decision on new mask guidance as ex-director offers dire warning of U.S. trajectory. Why Biden needs to go big on the upcoming clean car standards. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Proposed new windfall raises hopes and fears. Europe's reformed agricultural policy disappoints. Remember Ebola, stop mass death in Africa. Pain in the Brain, Climate Racism, and Quantum Cusp, books in brief. Peru to punish bending of clinical trial rules. Scientists, reach across the aisle, Republicans could be back soon. Global climate models do not need more behavioral science. From the archive. Richard R. Ernst, 1933, 2021. Direct installation of boron groups offers boost to medicinal chemistry. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,720,930,633 humans. Worldometers.info, says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Willie Nelson opening his archives for new docu-series from directors Tom Zimney and Oren Moverman. Creative impact in comedy on a Bert Kreischer on Becoming the Machine. Utah signs America's leadership doctors Francis Fry and Ann Morris. HBO's Obama documentary shows us the complications of the man in his moment, TV review. Chicago Party and animated series ordered at Netflix, Lauren Ash and RuPaul Charles among voice cast. Clive Davis unveils lineup for New York's Central Park homecoming concert, vaccination required. Netflix releases Untold docu-series trailer featuring Caitlyn Jenner, Christy Martin, more. Avengers, Endgame Visualization Studio The third floor taps Marcus Alexander as executive director of London office exclusive. How to watch the Tokyo 2021 Olympic Games. Batman Unburied, Winston Duke cast as Dark Knight, Jason Isaacs as Alfred in Spotify superhero podcast. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A man accused of killing 8 in Atlanta area spa shootings pleads guilty to 4 deaths. With all eyes on Tokyo, the city has just hit a new high in COVID-19 cases. Instagram debuts new safety settings for teenagers. Simone Biles says she pulled out of gymnastics finals due to mental health concerns. Democracy is teetering in Tunisia, the country where the Arab Spring began. The Tokyo Games could end up being the hottest Summer Olympics ever. Families splurge on clothes and electronics in likely record back-to-school spree. January 6th Insurrection Committee holds its first hearing, questioning police, watch live. Here are the 9 lawmakers investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. Who will pay to protect tech giants from rising seas? The following headlines are from The Week. Simone Biles' withdrawal is more impressive than winning. Simone Biles was reportedly the first person to congratulate the Russian gymnastics team on gold. Jeopardy! Contestant breaks the record for lowest score in the show's history. The wild double play that dashed U.S. softball's hopes for gold. What happened to Simone Biles at the Olympics team competition? The compromises we're no longer willing to make. Biden's voting rights betrayal. The nicest Olympics ever. PayPal recklessly forays into regulating speech. This teen pilot wants to be the youngest woman to fly solo around the world. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. For Greg Abbott, all the borders a stage. A new normal for live music. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Europe launches its new robotic arm, which will crawl around the International Space Station like an inchworm. Perseverance is about to collect the first sample on Mars that could eventually be returned to Earth. When the sun dies, Earth's magnetosphere won't provide protection anymore. Urine finds its own parachute on the surface of Mars. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, July 27th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. First moon-forming disk around an exoplanet. Perseid meteor shower 2021, all you need to know. Delta Aquaride meteor shower 2021, all you need to know. Find Perseid and Delta Aquaride radiant points. Visualize the Perseid meteor stream in space. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. How AstraZeneca threw away its shot. Africa wants to produce a COVID vaccine, and Big Pharma's not happy. In Nord Stream 2 fight, Ukraine gives EU taste of its own bureaucracy. Cuban embassy in Paris attacked with petrol bombs. Sinema meets with Biden as bipartisan talks teeter. Biden expected to visit New York City's 9/11 memorial site for 20th anniversary of attacks. CDC set to recommend vaccinated Americans wear masks indoors again. Warren urges Yellen to crack down on cryptocurrency. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. We have to protect our minds and our bodies, Biles out of team final. It's been a long time coming, Josh Green making the most of his Boomers debut. Blast in Germany industrial park kills 1, 4 others missing. As it happened Tokyo Olympics, Simone Biles out with medical issue, Matilda's draw with US, Opal's upset by Belgium. Labour's capitulation leaves open house for speculators. Palmer's party goes round and round. Property king builds King's Cross empire with a bourbon and beefsteak. Retail vacancy hits new heights as shutdowns create CBD ghost towns. Melbourne shopping strips bounce back after pandemic wipeout. Tenants eye better stores as vacancy opens new shop locations. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Are remote workers more replaceable than in-person workers? Managers say yes. The child tax credit will boost spending at Walmart, Amazon, Wingstop and other consumer brands. You've got to do the right thing. 50 healthcare groups ask employers to mandate worker COVID vaccines, but one big obstacle remains. Earnings outlook, Amazon earnings preview, as shoppers increasingly head out of their homes, e-commerce sales could slow. Metal stocks, gold prices decline after first close below $1,800 in nearly 3 weeks. Economic report, U.S. consumer confidence climbs to 16-month high despite coronavirus Delta variant. Cryptocurrencies are funny money that mirrors Wall Street abuses, says Senate banking chairman. Brett Aarons is raw, shock, rands rising 3 times as fast as official inflation figures. IPO report, Authentic Brands IPO, 5 things to know about the company behind Sports Illustrated, Forever 21 and Marilyn Monroe. Futures movers, oil prices edge up as traders play down worries over Delta variant. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Cognitive Explainable Artificial Intelligence, AI, startup recognized as top 5 leading global companies in the 4th Industrial Revolution, 4 IRR Industry 4.0, by Oxford Academic Report, Yahoo Finance. BioFlight forms Scientific Advisory Board of prominent government and life science experts, StreetInsider.com. Last week in the Federal Circuit, July 19 to 23, considering secondary considerations, Lexology. Taiwan's TSMC led patent race in first half of 2021, Taiwan News. Companies strike deal to end Mitsubishi patent war, Law 360. Review Group slams specious Sun Pharma skin drug patent, Law 360. Dual Use Ventures and Intellectual Property, SBIR Data Rights, Patents, and Deals, JD Supra. Form 10Q Uniqua NV4, June 30, StreetInsider.com. Portnoy, Christmas in July, Mountains at $99 and free shipping, Fox 31 Denver. Why InventHelp is such a valuable resource for inventors, Harlem World Magazine. The next headlines are from Quartz. A new Austin community will come standard with Tesla solar panels and batteries. The 2 biggest names at the Tokyo Olympics stumbled on the same day. Gamers are going to great lengths to find graphics cards in a chip shortage. Why giant coal mines are part of China's plan to reduce its dependence on coal. Bezos and NASA, China's tech crackdown, magnetic concrete. Tips for traveling with unvaccinated children during the COVID-19 pandemic. Africa's COVID-19 passport lays the groundwork for controlling future disease outbreaks. It took a woman to end the Philippines' 97-year Olympic gold medal drought. Many elite engineering colleges in India are functioning without top leadership. Why does the Delta variant spread so fast? The following headlines are from TechDirt. AT&T gets loyal lawmakers to push a broadband tax for big tech. Police union gives Officer of the Year award to a cop who spent last year suspended. Naturopath sues Twitter after it bans her account for spreading medical misinformation. Streisand effect still works. Vancouver roofing company hit with negative reviews after suing over a negative review. Senator Klobuchar proposes an unconstitutional law that would kill legions of people if Trump were still president. NSO Group attempting to distance itself from damaging leak by offering up contradictory statements and nothing to fear platitudes. Daily Deal, the Unreal Engine Unity game development for beginners bundle. Anti-vaxxers countermeasures show why it's not so simple to just delete anti-vax misinfo on social media. Netflix finally faces competition, tries to pretend otherwise. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Barbara Boxer. Lucid Motors stock. Regan Smith. Men's gymnastics. Flora Duffy. Aaron Rodgers. Dabney. MLB trade rumors. Mick Jagger. The Green Knight. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. She's a person, not a strategy. Biles fans support gymnastics star, point finger at pressure after withdrawal from Tokyo final. Ireland hopes to fully inoculate all adolescents by mid-September, as government pledges COVID-19 shots for 12-15-year-olds. UK MPs warn of collapse of country's hollowed-out justice system due to stagnant pay and years of government cuts in legal aid. Unvaccinated diners only. California restaurant says it's having fun watching heads explode over mandatory no-vax policy. More to life than gymnastics. Simone Biles cites mental health concerns as she explains shock Olympic exit in Tokyo. Video. Indonesia reports deadliest day of COVID pandemic, with 2,069 fatalities in 24 hours. 50 Shades of Brown, India backs eco-friendly and cost-effective paint made from cow dung in new bovine tech development. Most of Britain's coronavirus pandemic may be over by autumn, Professor Lockdown claims. Mossad cell arrested over plans to provoke violence during ongoing protests in Iran, Tehran claims. Russian-Iranian trade turnover up 15% this year. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. By the dip insanity, recovery from sudden market drops is fastest on record. Watch, Fauci, CNN, White House, Newsom, and Cuomo all ratchet up attacks on unvaccinated Americans. And nary a sound was heard from Diddy's IPO underwriters. Rabo, it's all about China again today, and for markets the question is where next. Conference board confidence inches higher in July, hope slips. Tencent shares tumble as WeChat removed from Chinese app stores. IMF upgrades 2022 global GDP projection just as economic growth peaks. CDC reverses guidance, will mandate wearing of masks indoors. U.S. home prices have never risen this fast. Chinese massacre spreads to bonds, FX amid rumors of foreign liquidations. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. COVID in India, on the second wave. Canada calls for dialogue to resolve Tunisia's political crisis. Biden admin to unveil new push for US Africa business ties. Palestinian beaten before death in Israeli custody, family says. Chileans tapped into pensions to survive the pandemic. Now what? Caught between gangs and Venezuelan police in Code 905. Tunisia's Trumpian president. U.S. gymnastics star Simone Biles drops out of women's team event. Tokyo hits record COVID cases days after Olympics began. U.S. Pentagon head calls for constructive, stable China relations. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Richmond declares racism a public health crisis. Report, Obama sets celebrity-studded 60th birthday bash at $11 million Hamptons mansion. Liz Cheney won't rule out calling on McCarthy, Jim Jordan to testify before 1/6 committee. Flight from the cities, home prices soaring at fastest pace on record. Megan Rapinoe wants better criticism of women's sports. Biden's broken economy, cars and computers orders slump as shortages drag durable goods. Austria sends 400 troops to border, claims EU asylum system failed. George P. Bush fails to win Donald Trump endorsement, despite pandering. Former Democrat Senator Barbara Boxer assaulted, robbed in Oakland. California's Gavin Newsom imposes vaccine mandates on state healthcare workers. The next headlines are from UPI News. Virginia man wins a second $100,000 lottery jackpot with same numbers. Massachusetts woman's lost cat turns up 6 years later. Watch, truck crash covers New York City expressway in Peppers. Watch, unusual cylindrical vessel washes up with runner on Florida beach. Watch, Idaho man balances chair on chin for over an hour to break world record. Watch, large fireball lights up night sky over Texas and nearby states. Watch, bubble blowing experts attempt Guinness record with giant bubble net. Watch, 4 horses escape from Colorado rodeo, go running on highway. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. The repair shop that is fixing our throwaway culture. Dashing support cat helps kids with eye problems feel confident about wearing glasses. Watch this lucky tortoise enjoy his homemade Scotch-air device crafted from broom heads. Little boy finds sweet friendship with 99-year-old woman over the fence during lockdown. Watch. Maine becomes first U.S. state to make corporations pay for recycling if they don't use sustainable packaging. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, July 27th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Citizen app is paying New Yorkers $25 an hour to live stream crime scenes. Citizen is now paying New Yorkers to live stream crimes. Bring your house and share your spouse. New swingers park opening in Mamu. Eyes wide shut, how newborn mammals dream the world they're entering. Women are claiming boobs get bigger after having Pfizer jab. First person charged under Hong Kong national security law found guilty. Treat her gently, how an Israeli military search team helped recover majority of Surfside victims. The Israeli Defense Forces National Rescue Unit recovered 81 of the 97 victims from the Champlain Towers South condo collapse site in Surfside. NC dealership apologizes for derogatory term for black customer. Gunman beaten to death with bricks after deadly shooting in Fort Worth neighborhood. Mike Tomlin claims he hasn't been to a grocery store in 10 years. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Damn, I wished BMW's cargo app concept actually existed. Learn to play the piano at your own pace with no prior experience for only $20. Encrypt Office is a one-stop hub to protect a modern digital business and their critical data. Disney Plus Hotstar now has a mobile-only viewing plan. 3 things we learned from Musk's last earnings call for Tesla. Militaries are plunging sci-fi for technology ideas. Canada's balloon-based Superbit telescope could rival NASA's Hubble next year. What size iPad Pro should you buy? Amazon denies it'll accept crypto, Bitcoin swiftly drops. Spotify will now notify you immediately about new releases. The following headlines are from Science Daily. No more finger pricks. A continuous glucose monitor benefits patients with diabetes in more ways than one. What happens to marine life when oxygen is scarce? Scientists model true prevalence of COVID-19 throughout pandemic. Supernova's fizzled gamma ray burst. Hubble finds evidence of water vapor at Jupiter's moon Ganymede. Second COVID-19 RNA vaccine dose found safe following allergic reactions to first dose. Brain's memory center needed to recognize image sequences but not single sites. Plant root-associated bacteria preferentially colonize their native host plant roots. Improving air quality reduces dementia risk, multiple studies suggest. Extreme heat, dry summers main cause of tree death in Colorado's subalpine forests. The next headlines are from Information Week. Why the pandemic accelerated the decline of the data dashboard. 3 tips for creating a strong, healthy software team. AI liability risks to consider. AI requires a holistic framework and scalable projects. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, July 27th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. U.S. interns, Texas, Bulgarian students to hear from space station astronauts. NASA preview science on next Northrop Grumman space station mission. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. University of Utah football picked second in Pac-12 South, Utes grab 5 all Pac-12 first team spots. This Utah oil producer was wasting natural gas, now it uses it to mine cryptocurrency. Utah's Devin Lloyd and buys Peyton Wilger named to Bronco Nagurski Trophy watchlist, buys James Embiid on Outland Trophy watchlist. More rain is headed for flood-ravaged Cedar City. Gordon Monson, best guesses, love him or hate him about what's ahead for Utah, Bayou and Utah State football. USA gymnasts and future Ute Grace McCallum win silver at the Tokyo Olympics. 3 wounded in Sandy drive-by shooting, including a 13-year-old. Here's how you can view the Tribune's new edition and new app. Protest gnomes are putting up a whale of a fight against Salt Lake City's plans for an out-of-blue ocean sculpture. The only fraud in Utah elections is people claiming fraud, Robert Gerke says. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Google launches new Bug Hunters vulnerability rewards platform. Intel details comeback plan to leapfrog chip-making rivals by 2025. Tencent's WeChat suspends new user registration for security compliance. Valve promises Steam Deck will run the entire Steam library at 30+ FPS. Scientists create one atom-thin magnet that works at room temperature. Bezos offers to cover $2 billion in NASA costs in exchange for astronaut lunar lander contract. Record-shattering heat becoming much more likely, says climate study. Is your phone infected with Pegasus? Amazon denies report of accepting Bitcoin as payment. Olympics broadcaster announces his computer password on live TV. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Live, police who defended U.S. Capitol to testify at January 6 riot probes first hearing. Police exodus, officers leaving SLMPD in droves, why? Pam Hupsender's not guilty plea for Betsy Faria's 2011 murder. Olympic latest, Biles out of team final due to medical issue. St. Louis County Council members expected to challenge mask mandate tonight. Heat advisory in effect for Wednesday, high temps reach mid-90s Tuesday. 3 homes catch fire in South St. Louis Monday night. Pam Hupp arrives in Lincoln County to face judge over Betsy Faria's murder. Troy, Illinois school district decides masks aren't required, except when a teacher says so. 5 St. Louis County bailiffs honored for saving judge's life. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. CDC expected to backpedal on some masking guidelines. SoCal man recounts fighting off terrifying bee swarm that killed 2 dogs. Crime is escalating, neighbor shares passionate plea after murders near park. San Diego's Kelsey Plum leads U.S. 2 victory over China in Olympic 3x3 basketball. Russians win gymnastics gold after Biles' exit. Behind the mask, San Diego diehard fan Padre Libre spreads joy at Petco Park. Health officials urge vaccinations with 2,000 new COVID cases tallied this weekend. Husband to missing Chula Vista mom says I pose no threat as new documents unsealed. Oceanside bodybuilder wins back-to-back amateur athletic union titles. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Lockheed Martin, by systems reach agreement on LRASM contract for missile seekers. Subship second aft airframe section of T-7A Red Hawk trainer. U.S. Army is testing its newest remote combat vehicles. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Shares plunge as Beijing pushes ahead with new rules for education and tech companies. Chinese social media reacts to shocking losses and historic wins at Tokyo Olympics. A scientist's future hangs in the balance after another failure of the China Initiative. China tops medal count as Tokyo Olympics gets into full swing. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Walmart to pay for 100% of college tuition, books for employees. CDC to revise mask guidance for fully vaccinated people. Caught on video, woman attacks store owners after card declined. Woman dies after being struck by vehicle in Berkeley. Athletes focus on Tokyo Games while avoiding shadow of COVID-19. California man recounts fighting off terrifying bee swarm that killed 2 dogs. Britney Spears' new lawyer files to remove father's control over her. Simone Biles out of team finals, Russian gymnasts win gold. Oakland police, FBI announce new actions to prevent violent crime in Chinatown. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pedestrian hit by Metro train near Libertyville. Grains higher, livestock mixed. Texas, Oklahoma submit request to join powerhouse SEC. Dolphins Howard reports despite unhappiness with contract. Watch live, January 6th hearing opens as police detail violence, injuries. With Simone Biles out, Rock wins women's team gymnastics. Aurora man dies after being hit by vehicle in Hoffman Estates. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, in June these new cars, trucks sold the fastest in Seattle. A citywide crisis, Seattle police say 12 shot, 5 killed in string of weekend shootings. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone Partek 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher as 0. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, July 27th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. California teen attacked, dragged underwater by crocodile while vacationing at Mexico resort. Man pleading guilty to 4 of 8 Atlanta area spot killings. Police detail violence, injuries at first January 6 Capitol riot commission hearing live. Simone Biles says she feels good physically after exiting team finals, Team USA wins silver. No new development expected in the next 5 days. Cooling downpours Tuesday bring heat relief to some. Innocent man killed after speeding truck driver runs light near IN, according to HPD. Last Surfside victim ID'd after FL condo building collapse, family says. 2 women, 2 children walking on street hit by SUV in Hempstead. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Albuquerque homicides leave families heartbroken, frustrated. UAW gets $1.10 for lake house built for former president. AP NORC poll, many Republicans uneasy about party's future. Consumer confidence up slightly in July. U.S. star Simone Biles exits, Rock wins women's gymnastics. U.S. men's basketball seeking some ways to click on a fence. Japan beats US 2-0, turns incredible DP2 in softball gold. The latest, Russia OK's test combo Sputnik, AstraZeneca shots. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Wildfire smoke returns to NYC skies. Early edition, Gen Xers hit hardest by pandemic unemployment. Revel has green light to bring Tesla taxis to Manhattan. Billionaire investor and former Trump advisor Tom Barrack pleads not guilty to illegal lobbying. Extra, anyone have any more information about this human skull that turned up in Queens? They saw a fin, Jones Beach lifeguard potentially bitten by shark. Could a Surfside building disaster happen on the NY or NJ coast? The Apple Hills founders open their new ice cream shop The Social in Prospect Heights. Queens driver charged with aggravated vehicular homicide, DWI after killing mother and daughter in crash. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. COVID-19, education replaced by shuttered schools, violence, teenage pregnancy. Myanmar, rights expert calls for COVID ceasefire, urges UN action. Honor killings, religion or culture? Stepping up to meet low-income countries' pandemic recovery needs. Latin America sets an example in welcoming displaced Venezuelans. Child malnutrition expected to quadruple in southern Madagascar. Outstanding sites added to UNESCO World Heritage List. Free, fair Palestinian elections must include East Jerusalem, UN experts. UNFPA calls for protection and justice for women and girls in Tigray. UN climate science talks open amid heat waves, floods and drought. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. These U.S. cities, government agencies have implemented COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Senator Ron Johnson demands answers from Biden on administration's work with big tech to censor online posts. Big tech forms terror database for right-wing extremists. PayPal and ADL team up to fight hate. Why did China buy an airstrip in Texas? Cascade of consequences. Germany, vaccinated will have more freedom as unvaxxed banned from cinemas, restaurants. White House admits U.S. government works with Facebook to censor free speech. United Republic of Soybeans, GMO and neocolonialism in the Southern Cone. Biden's crime chief had screaming red flags on his financial disclosure form, senators ignored them. Montana man who confronted Tucker Carlson worked for CIA-founded Front Group. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. CDC expected to recommend masking again in certain situations. January 6 hearing opens as police detail violence, injuries. Why did Simone Biles withdraw from the Olympics gymnastics team final? Former U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer assaulted, robbed in California. Olympic champ Simone Biles out of team finals. Video shows Starbucks drone delivery. Did Olympic swimmer Yusra Mardini flee Syria by swimming? Did William Phelpsino, the father of traffic safety, never learn to drive? Did Mike the Headless Chicken lie for 18 months after losing his head? No, Democrats and Biden do not suck the blood of children. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Viral posts misrepresent CDC announcement on COVID-19 PCR test. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. This is how I'm going to die. Capitol cops wipe away tears too at January 6th hearing. I do a split in these shorts, if I could do one. A typhoon, a COVID peak, devastating exits, and Tokyo's Olympic surfing is awesome. The Russians move in after Simone Biles mystery finals exit and take team gymnastics gold. Meghan and Harry planned money-making schemes long before they left the royal fold, embittered staffers claim. Bitter Russian Olympians are having a total bitch fest in Tokyo. Republicans recast January 6 riot defendants as political prisoners. Texas school boss abandons irresponsible COVID plan. Biden is starting to slip, and he cannot blame COVID for it. J.D. Vance deleted his anti-Trump tweets, he forgot his likes. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Olympic BMX rider Nick Kimman crashes into clueless official during training. Community board votes down key de Blasio Soho rezoning plan. Utah family mourns deaths of 5 relatives in sandstorm pileup. Elon Musk bashes Apple, journalists and critics after Tesla reports record profits. Paris Hilton is pregnant, expecting first child with fiancé Carter Reum. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Go behind the mission of Apollo 15. 50 years since Apollo 15, rovers reached the moon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NASA detects water vapor on the solar system's largest moon. California and NYC to require their workers to get COVID vaccine. Gottlieb says US likely much further in this epidemic than we're picking up. Is Iceland on track to eliminate Down syndrome? Fauci warns US is heading in wrong direction as COVID cases skyrocket again. Students adapt wheelchair to allow teacher's husband to take newborn for walk. California's largest wildfire overwhelms firefighters. Toxic algae bloom ravages marine life on Florida's coast. Students adapt wheelchair for teacher's husband and baby. Toxic algae bloom on Florida's coast ravages marine life. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Capitol Police recount desperate fight on January 6 against mob, like something from a medieval battle. Former California Senator Barbara Boxer mugged in Oakland, Trump denounces attack. Small plane crashes, explodes near California golf course, killing everyone on board. Ex-Senator Mike Enzi of Wyoming dies after bicycle accident. Accused Atlanta spa shooter pleads guilty to 4 murders, sparing death penalty for now. Suspect's wife, 2 sons found dead inside home after California hostage situation, deputy also killed. Olympic gymnast Simone Biles okay after dropping out of team finals with medical issue. No charges for former South Carolina detention officers in Jamal Sutherland's death. Jeff Bezos offers NASA $2 billion to reconsider Blue Origin in space race. Texas partygoers kill gunman with bricks after he shoots 2, killing 1. The following headlines are from military.com. California woman who fought to honor Rosie the Riveter dies. Lightning strike damages 2 F-35B stealth fighters over western Japan. 68 years later, Korea peace deal still on hold. Pentagon chief, Myanmar military acts flatly unacceptable. Biden's first visit to intel agency to contrast with Trump's. U.S. pays $4 billion to Afghan forces, who is watching? Korea's restore communication channels, agreed to improve ties. Senate confirms Frank Kendall to lead Air Force. Nebraska the first state to slow down National Guard operations in the face of budget crunch. U.S. ending combat role in Iraq by end of year. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. 17-year-old boy faces charges in connection with fatal South Side shooting, Chicago police say. Off-duty Forest Preserve officer attacked in Hyde Park on Tuesday morning. Woman dies after being shot by Dalton police, crashing car into building. Daywatch, Chicago's mask mandate could return, Lollapalooza lowers COVID test standard as cases rise and what to know about this virus misinformation superspreader. Physician convicted of illegally prescribing opioids says the DEA has turned doctoring into another aspect of the war on drugs. After decades of invisibility, asexuals are speaking up and gaining ground. I don't need to be fixed because I'm not broken. Column, George Floyd Square stands strong as some try to bulldoze it with critical race theory hysteria. Former 9th Ward Alderman, Robert Shaw, a Southside power broker, dies at 83. Tentative agreement struck over new Chicago police union contract, first in 4 years, ballots being mailed to members. Schaumburg man drowns at Fort Sheridan Beach. The following headlines are from FIS.org. When restricting capital movement, don't go it alone. Addressing links between poverty, housing, water access and affordability in Detroit. Many taxi drivers discriminate against wheelchair users. Amplified spontaneous emission source in a co-pumping, single-frequency Raman fiber amplifier. Oral biome change during shift from foraging to farming not as dramatic as in recent years. Global warming will result in stronger and more frequent heat waves in Southeast Asia. Rent, mortgage linked to worse health outcomes during early stages of pandemic. A naturally inspired, reusable system that purifies water and builds itself. Researchers create powerful quantum source with metal-lens array. Exploring quantum systems that don't find equilibrium. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, July 27th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Are fake meat products good for you? Ancient skulls show Anglo-Saxon identity was more cultural than genetic. Brains might sink as people interact, and that could upend consciousness research. Our planet's changing orbit helped life survive Snowball Earth. Ibogaine, the psychedelic drug that could fight addiction. Why human foreskin is a hot commodity in science. We still don't know what's killing the birds. 3 best CBD dog treats, organic CBD for dogs. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Estonia wins women's team pay fencing gold in 10th finish. NFL player's brother, second man jailed in 2016 student slaying. Michigan lawmaker defends using campaign cash at strip club. American men, women both win in beach volleyball prelims. IMF forecasts stronger rebound for Latin American economies. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Pac-12 football media poll, where will Cal, Stanford finish in 2021? U.S. women's soccer advances to Olympic quarterfinals after 0-0 draw with Australia. Is Governor Newsom in trouble? New poll finds likely recall voters nearly split. Woman walking in Berkeley dies after being hit by vehicle. Woman shot more than once during gunfire in East Oakland. Japan beats US 2-0, turns incredible double play to win Olympic softball gold. Let's call it out, Newsom blames right-wing media and politicians in new California vaccine push. Foothill relaunches live theater with a good musical. Photos, drone views of Edmond reservoirs as California faces extreme drought. Tesla reaches milestone with first $1 billion quarterly profit. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Liz Cheney, January 6 attack cannot be whitewashed, probe targets Trump White House role. GOP Rep Ted Budd pushes bill for White House staff to take a course on inflation. Racism, even in geography, cannot be tolerated, Dems crusade to rename places, mountains, rivers. NYC Mayor Bill de Blasio says voices against the COVID-19 vaccinations are criminal. DHS approves new work on border wall. House GOP, Nancy Pelosi seeks to cover up the facts of January 6. ICE officers blast Joe Biden's pick to lead agency, say confirmation vote is premature. U.S. voters show bipartisan concern over Chinese government influence, poll. Liz Cheney hails the late Mike Enzi, former senator, as giant for Wyoming. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Rand Paul's attack on Anthony Fauci chills scientific debate over gain-of-function research. She blew the whistle on military sexual assault, then came under investigation. Colombian mercenaries and the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. Meant to intimidate, months after police raids, Kashmir human rights groups remain dormant. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Evanston grads hop aboard the Nil bandwagon. Milwaukee District North train strikes pedestrian in Libertyville. Team USA wins silver medal in women's team gymnastics after Simone Biles pulls out. Imagine a crazy world in which people are utterly stupid about vaccines and their own health. Woman dies after Dalton police open fire during confrontation at restaurant drive-through window. How Biden's tax hikes will hurt Illinois businesses. Olympic uniforms, why do beach volleyball players wear bikinis? 1 killed, 14 wounded, including 16-year-old, in shootings in Chicago Monday. Twin documentaries spotlight dance legends Alvin Ailey and Bill D. Jones. Street closures in place for Lollapalooza. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Olympics, no end to shooting disappointment, wins in hockey, boxing. Blinken arrives in India, to meet Modi, Jaishankar tomorrow. Total 7 interstate border disputes in country, center. IMF slashes India's GDP growth forecast from 12.5% to 9.5% for FY22. Amazon sale, offers on iPhones, Apple Watch, MacBook. Raj Kundra case, no clean chit to Shilpa Shetty yet. COVID took my dad and my ability to carry on. Need time till January to frame rules for CAA, government. The Assam-Mizoram border dispute, key points. 1 dead, 4 missing at chemical explosion in Germany. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Simone Biles is out of U.S. team competition in Tokyo. Judgment Week, preview of the most important Houston sports week all year. HISD Superintendent House says Delta's rapid spread hasn't yet altered plans for in-person classes. Fox News is trying to kill my dad, and probably yours, too. Growing up poor in the art of video game item hoarding. First look, The Chipper and Katy. Classic rock titans and friends, Harrison and Clapton. The Dollarates return to Houston, where it, sorta, all started. Single tickets go on sale today for Houston Ballet Live and in person. This week in Houston food events, Houston Restaurant Weeks makes its tasty return. The next headlines are about world records making news. Team GB at Olympics, Tom Dean, Duncan Scott break 113-year record to finish first and second in men's 200 and freestyle on day 4, ESPN. AP Spotlight, Associated Press. Thailand seeks world record for petrified wood, Bangkok Post. Largest soap bottle, world record set by Soapbox, World Record Academy. 3 things to know about former Kentucky track star Keene Harrison before Tokyo Olympics, Courier Journal. Is Usain Bolt in the Olympics, Tokyo Games first without retired record holder since 2004, Sporting News. Watch, local teen sets new world record for solving Rubik's Cube blindfolded, WPEC. Olympics weightlifting Taiwan's Kua wins gold, misses out on world record, Yahoo News. Toyota's AI-powered robot shoots perfect free throw at the Tokyo Olympics, The Washington Post. Tokyo Olympic swimming times have been slow, and there are a lot of reasons, The Washington Post. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. 12 things you didn't know you could do with Dropbox. Tokyo has record surge of COVID-19 cases, but Olympics will go on. Facebook is mulling linking Oculus workouts with Apple Health. New Ghostbuster, Afterlife toys include figures, ghost traps, and more. The Flash set pictures tease a new ride for Ben Affleck's Batman. Nothing's long-awaited wireless earbuds are here and they're clear. Ghostbusters, Afterlife's trailer puts the kids front and center. Master and Dynamics Incredible MW08 earbuds finally get wireless charging. States with the best and worst vaccination rates in the U.S. Samsung's massive Odyssey Neo G9 is the new king of gaming monitors. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Almaty in Iran at 124.88 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 101.56 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 74.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Blue Origin has a secret project named Jarvis to compete with SpaceX. Intel's Foundry roadmap lays out the post-nanometer angstrom era. COVID surge in unvaccinated is pushing U.S. to more mandates, masks, mitigation. Spiral shark intestines work like Nikola Tesla's water valve, study finds. VPN server seized by Ukrainian authorities weren't encrypted. Internal Activision Blizzard petition rebukes abhorrent, insulting leadership. Valve promises Steam Deck will run the entire Steam library at 30 plus FPS. UK worries Starlink and OneWeb may interfere with each other, plans new rules. iOS 1.4.7.1 and macOS 1.1.5.1 arrive with one bug fix and one security fix. Tesla earned a profit of $1.1 billion after delivering 201,250 cars in Q2. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Watch, DC cop reveals how pro-Trump mob tried to convert us to their cult during the Capitol insurrection. Absolute gutter trash, Elise Stefanik buried for last-minute attempt to blame Nancy Pelosi for Capitol riot. Disgraceful, Officer Michael Fanone fights back tears too as he calls out Republicans for betraying their oath of office. Ted Cruz uses cover of January 6 hearing to urge Supreme Court to end abortion rights for women. Capitol cop shames Blue Lives Matter crowd, I'm still waiting for them to condemn the violent attack. Beyond horrifying, viewers stunned by new House video showing Capitol riot carnage. GOP's Elise Stefanik blames Pelosi for January 6 attack in speech outside the Capitol as MAGA riot hearing begins. Liz Cheney opens January 6 hearing with shots at GOP, no member of Congress should defend the indefensible. We've lost the line, harrowing video released during first January 6 committee hearing. CNN's John Avlon, anti-vaxxers are holding America's recovery hostage, and we're all going to pay for it. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Here's a long list of top Republicans the 1/6 committee should question. How Flint closed the gap between black and white suffering under COVID. Brazil's 13-year-old skateboard phenom Ray Salil is hands down the best part of the Olympics so far. A dose of radical history. We've unmasked the Oath Keepers' January 6 operations leader. Small farms vanish every day in America's dairyland, there ain't no future in dairy. Armed standoffs with the government, Uber militias, and Ammon Bundy's run to be Idaho's next governor. Banks really don't like Biden's push to make it easier to move your money. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Galileo Project will search for evidence of extraterrestrial life from the technology it leaves behind, space.com. 3.42 billion-year-old fossil threads may be the oldest known archaea microbes, Science News magazine. The extraordinary history, and likely busy future, of quarantine, the New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Swimming gives your brain a boost, but scientists don't know yet why it's better than other aerobic activities, The Conversation US. Top 7 foods for a healthy brain, Krishi Jagran. Neuroendocrine disorders and obstructive sleep apnea hyponia NSS, Dove Medical Press. Aptinix to report second quarter 2021 financial results on Tuesday, August 10, 2021, Joplin Globe. How basket weaving could help stroke and dementia patients, Hair American League Division Series Scotland. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. How long will people live in the future, the European sting. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, July 27, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO tech has security experts worried. The UFO crash site in Emery County. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.